Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Well, it's time for today's AM Minnesota program, and here's News Director Mr. Gordy Kosfeld.
Yes, and I think we have Julie Fakler here in the KDHL studios. I shouldn't say here, because I'm at home, in my home studio, and we also have somebody joining us on the phone that Julie will introduce in just a moment. Good morning, Julie. How are you?
I'm great, Gordy. How are you?
I'm doing a lot better than I was about as little as a couple weeks ago. So it's kind of nice to be back.
I'm glad you're back.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. Anyway, how have things been going at the Paradise Center for the Arts? Of course, Julie is the Executive Director of the Paradise Center for the Arts here in Faribault, Minnesota. I like to call it one of our hidden gems.
We are doing great, Gordy. We had a sold-out show this Saturday. We had the Country Roads, the music of John Denver, and we had the balcony packed. The main floor was packed. It was really exciting to have a sold-out show again.
Well, a lot of people like John Denver music. That's no surprise to me.
Yes, and I didn't know about his ties to Minnesota until I was researching him.
Oh, yeah? What are his ties to Minnesota?
Well, his first wife was from St. Peter.
Oh, that's right. I remember reading that.
Yeah.
That's the song he wrote for her, right?
Mm-hmm. Very famous song.
Wasn't it Annie, something like that?
Yep, all about her.
And what happened?
I'm not sure. I didn't research much more than that. But we have a husband and wife team coming to the Paradise on May 17th. We have couples comedy with Mary Mack and Tim Harmston. And I believe they've both been at the Paradise, but on separate occasions. So we are very excited to have them back at the Paradise, and that will be May 17th at 7:30. And you can get your tickets at paradisecenterforthearts.org. And Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center is sponsoring this show. And I believe we have Mary on the line.
I am on the line. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you for joining us, Mary.
I've been trying to be quiet. And then, sometimes you forget you're listening on the phone to radio. I'm afraid someday I'm just not going to say anything because I'm listening like it's the radio, but I'm actually on the phone. Very confusing this time of the morning.
So are you from Minnesota, Mary?
Yeah, no, I was born in Minnesota, grew up in Wisconsin. Now I'm back in Minnesota, so I've been equal times in both states. My folks were originally from Duluth, Minnesota. So, yeah, they were original old-time Duluth, that bland Scandinavian country called Duluth, Minnesota.
Yeah, where you get the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My mom's never even had yogurt before. Too spicy.
You get the wind effect off the lake there, right? The winter storms.
Yeah. It's funny because I see there's a lot of California people moving to Duluth, and they have all these shishi things for them. And one of the things is you can do your sauna, and then you can pay to go out on this a little bit of a floating raft with a stairwell to take a cold dip in Lake Superior. And I thought, who are these? Do they not know you can take a cold dip for free all year in Lake Superior? This is cultural change at its highest.
Well, we got to take a little break here, get our opening market report, so you ladies stick around, and we'll visit more about what's happening at the Paradise Center for the Arts when AM Minnesota continues. But right now, let's get that opening market report, a service of your KDHL Agri Boosters.
And they include Craig Keller over at the Keller Insurance Agency in New Strand. Craig helps protect all things important and valuable to you.
Soybeans and corn are higher, cattle are mostly lower, and hogs are down on Monday morning. I'm John Perkins with a Brownfield Market Update. Stein's focus on delivering higher yielding genetics faster than the competition is why they've released more Enlist E3 lines than any other company. Stein has yield. Soybeans are higher. More U.S. planting delays are probable as parts of the Midwest will see another round of rain early on this week. Heavy rain and flooding are impacting harvest in southern Brazil and Argentina, likely leading to some crop loss. July beans are up 18 3/4 at 12.33 3/4. August is 17 1/4 higher at 12.32 3/4. July bean meal's up $5.80 at $3.78. July soybean oil's 90 points higher at $43.98. Corn's up, watching the planting delays in some key U.S. growing areas, but that rain will also help with early development. Second crop corn in central and northern Brazil is being hit by hot, dry weather. July corn's up 7 1/4 at 467 1/2. September's 5 3/4 higher at 475. And wheat's mixed. Some very welcome rain fell over the weekend in parts of the southwestern plains, with more likely in some areas to start the week. Dry parts of Russia have received rain, but more will be needed. July Chicago's up 5 3/4 at 628 1/4. Cotton and rice are both mixed out of this afternoon's crop progress numbers. Most active July cotton's down 31 at 77.75. September rice is up 13 1/2 at 15.36. Cattle have turned fully lower, watching the distribution of this week's show list. June live's down 17 at 175.60. August is 62 lower at 173.95. With the higher move in corn, August feeders are down 210 at 252.65. And hogs are pressured by technical selling and questions about demand. Pork was up Friday. June lean's down 90 at 98.05. July's 95 lower at 101.90. I'm John Perkins with the Brownfield Market Update.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel angry or depressed most of the time? Do you feel neglected or unloved?
Do you feel that if the drinker loved you, she or he would stop drinking?
If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Not everyone trapped by alcohol is an alcoholic.
Families and friends are suffering too. Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
The United States Deputy Sheriff's Association is a national nonprofit and the largest non-governmental provider of services to law enforcement. The USDSA assists city, county, state, and federal agencies with free safety equipment donations and officer survival training, along with cash donations to families of law enforcement officers who perish in the line of duty, college scholarships for the children of law enforcement, a citizen awareness program, and more. For more information on the USDSA and how you can help, visit usdeputy.org.
AM Minnesota on the Mighty 920 KDHL.
The market update sponsored by the KDHL Agro Boosters, including Northern Buildings. For quality post frame construction, go to their website, northernbuildings.com. Well, let's continue with today's AM Minnesota program, and here's News Director Mr. Gordy Kosfeld.
Yeah, Julie Fakler, the Executive Director of the Paradise Center for the Arts, is in studio. We have a special guest joining us on the phone line. I just brought up your website, Julie. I see you got the 2023-24 season guide right at the top of the website.
Yep. And we are currently working on the 2024-2025 season guide with the Faribault Daily News, and we hope to have that by the end of the month.
The month of May.
Yes. Yep. End of May, beginning of June, we should have our new season guide, and we're going to do a season announcement on June 7th. We're going to have the Arts Extravaganza. So we're going to have a gallery opening 5 to 7, and we're going to have some hors d'oeuvres during the gallery opening. We'll have a silent auction. We're going to announce that 24-25 season, and we're very excited about that. And then we're going to have Improv Little Fish. They're going to do an improv comedy show for us, starting at 7:30.
So Mary Mack joins us as well. She's going to be on hand on Friday, May 17th at 7:30 for the couples comedy. Mary,
Hi.
does this mean Does this mean that the person you're doing this with is your significant other, or what?
It would be real uncomfortable if it weren't, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't know.
You're right. You can be a couple and not. There's a lot of different couples. My mind is still boggled from the market report. How can hogs be down and pork be up? I'm going to think about that for weeks, Gordy. Yes, it's my husband, Tim. He's fantastic. He's been on Letterman. He's been on Comedy Central. And we've both been to the Paradise Theater, and we're just so happy to go back. We tried to get into those cheese caves down in Faribault one time and nearly got arrested. It's going to be a high-stakes show.
So have you performed together a lot, or is this something new, or what?
Well, we don't perform together a lot. We do it about 5 to 6 times a year, you know. And if you're doing a couple hundred shows a year, that's not too much. So it stays fun. And I think Tim is very grateful that we don't perform together more, because there's nothing like your wife correcting you while you're on stage.
Well, I guess the same would be true if the husband's correcting you too, right?
Yeah, thank you for being equal opportunity. He does correct me, but we're good sports about it, and it is very fun. There's not a lot of husband and wife duos, and we should do it more. I really loved Burns and Allen. I listened to cassette tapes of them when I was a kid, and it's a little bit like that, where we go off script a little bit. We both have a little bit of an improv background, and then we do jokes as well, and we have a blast, and it's a real great way to get free couples therapy as well.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I love it. Tickets are $20 for members, $25 for non-members. Students are $15. Those are those individuals 18 years of age and under, those lucky people. And Julie, how are ticket sales going?
Good. They're going great, and like Gordy said, you can get them on our website at paradisecenterforthearts.org, or you can leave us a voicemail or call us at the box office. That's 507-332-7372. And we are looking forward to this show, and who doesn't need a good laugh?
Of course. We all need a good laugh. Every day we should laugh.
Yes, I can't wait. And my understanding, Mary, is you guys will go on separate, and then you'll join each other together?
Yep. One of us, we flip a coin, see who goes first, and then we each do our own individual sets, and then we do our duo set. And also, I'm running a service after the show. If people are having problems sleeping, I rent my husband out to them. And what he does, he comes over, stands next to your bed, and tells you about his fantasy football team for a while.
And that will knock you out?
Forward to. It'll knock you out, everybody. 5 minutes, you're asleep. I'm almost med-free, Gordy. You guys don't know when I'm kidding or when I'm serious. I love
his
this.
fantasy football team. Oh, geez.
Yeah, it's a little too much football at our house.
So you guys are always coming up with routines when you're at home, or what?
It's a constant gig, is writing our own material, and then sometimes we think of bits that are, we just would be better together, and it's pretty relatable. We talk about camping, and that's our main vacation. It's always camping. We're very Midwestern. We can't relax unless there's chores involved. So, we talk about that a lot. We talk about state fair, different things that people will relate to, and I think even we're laughing on stage, because when we hear the audience laughing, it's just so much fun, and it just feels good to feel a little bit carefree while you're on stage and have everybody else kind of get their moods lightened as well. So we love what we do, and we're excited to come to Faribault.
Well, and I would guess you have some stories about being couple, right, which people can relate to that are couples in your audience.
Oh, my gosh, for sure. We've been married over 10 years, and, you know, we like to even ask advice from the people who've been married 40-plus years. It doesn't feel like 10 years. It goes by so fast, for sure. And we show off our rings. We got our rings at the state fair. So it's like, it's a superpower. We touch them together, and you can kind of taste mini donuts a little bit.
Okay.
It'll be fun. Yeah.
So your wedding reception was on a ride at the state fair?
Oh, we wish. No, our wedding reception was in a pole barn in western Wisconsin. The most expensive thing at our wedding was the firewood. We're very sensible people. My mom made sure to know how badly we were ripped off on the firewood. And I thought, Ma, don't you even care? The pastor gave us a great deal. He married us for a bottle of brandy, and that's an ideal wedding right there, I think.
So people are going to be able to relate to your Midwest humor.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Yep. We're there's no hope for us. We're very Midwestern. I struggle a little bit going other places, you know. Like, I don't like wasting heat or energy or time, and like, I will darn a sock twice before upcycling it into a puppet. You know, I'm old-fashioned, and I think it's just fun. People all over the Midwest seem to have a great time when we come out, and we have fun with them, and we're excited to do it.
So forget Julie sitting in the studio. What do you think of the Paradise as far as the venue?
It's lovely. If the listeners haven't been to the Paradise, it's a great center. They have visual art, and they have other things going on in there as well. They have concessions, as you can get beverages and come in and relax, and they have a great season lineup. So keep tabs on their website. Julie, are you on the socials?
Oh, we're on Facebook big time. We're on Instagram also, but we have a huge following on Facebook. Mary did do a video we shared with her dog. Is it Benny?
Oh, yes. My dog, yeah. He sits behind the steering wheel till I get in the car. So he's my road dog. In fact, we're sitting on the side of the road as we speak in a car doing a radio interview. So, yeah.
Wow.
They're both here. Yeah, they're both here, and they would really like to get into the cheese caves if anybody could arrange that for us.
You like blue cheese?
Yes. I love all cheese, and that would be a dream come true, just to see what happens. It's strict down there. It's like you got to work for the FBI or the CIA if you want to have any shot at getting in the cheese cave.
I've known some other people.
I hate to tell you this, Mary, but when I first moved to Faribault in 1987, I got a tour of the cave.
What?
When I first moved to town, yeah, a couple of community dignitaries took me on a tour of the cave.
Man, those were the days. Wow, that doesn't happen anymore. There's not enough money in the world to bribe them. Oh, I love it, too. I love it with a little Western.
Yep, there aren't too many things more delicious than an Alma Blue cheeseburger.
Oh, man, now I'm hungry. What
kind of dog do you have?
I'm going to try to get there early. I have, one of them is a Beagle Retriever mix, so I call him a Rebeaver. And then the other one's a little Beagle and something else from down south. I was, one of those people who said, I'm not ever going to fall for this trick where they bring the dogs up from down south. And sure enough, I did. I picked them up. He's the best. They're the best, but we spoil them. It's not like growing up where, they stayed off the bed or outside. These dogs are, I want the health care my dog has, to be honest.
Which one's with you?
Both of them. Tim's in Canada.
Oh.
So, I've got both of them, and they complain so much less than Tim does that it's been a fantastic.
But remember, Tim's bark is worse than his bite.
Yeah, but neither of these dogs has mentioned my speed or how good I park. They don't care. They're happy to be in the car.
They're nice and quiet.
In that event?
Yeah, they're nice and quiet.
Absolutely.
They used to come on stage. One of them used to come on stage with me. So he's experienced in this form of entertainment. They're great. They're great pups, but they really do. Dogs really are spoiled nowadays, and it's fun.
So, Julie, was this your idea, the Paradise idea, to have the couple together, or was it the couple's idea, or how did that all come about?
I'm not sure. Heidi Tansom booked the 23-24 season. I'm not sure if it was her idea or Mary. Do you know how that happened?
Well, with our agency, I think that we're in a brochure, and you can say, oh, I would like a solo comic, or you turn the page and then you see us together, and maybe that was just a novel thing. Since they've had us there individually before, just try something new. Mm-hmm. So I think that's probably how it came about, and
okay.
We couldn't be happier. It's fun for us too. So we get to see each other a little bit more. That's something you kind of want to have in a marriage. Just a good sight line on the other person, I guess. Know where they are, that type of deal.
Right. So again, that's on May 17th. And Julie, is the balcony open to anybody, or do you rent it, or how does that work?
We rent the balcony out. That's $100, and then you need to buy your tickets on top of that. So if anybody's interested in the balcony for May 17th, you can give me a call or an email. Our emails are on the website. That's paradisecenterforthearts.org. And you can buy your tickets there. It's really easy. And if you're a member, that your membership is tied to your email in our system. So go online, get those tickets today. And comedy is one of my favorite things we have at the Paradise.
Yay! And we should tell people we're clean comedians, so it's not. I think comedy gets a bad rap because the dirty comics get more publicity than the clean comics. So people should know we're clean comics, and we don't say anything that Tim's mom can't hear.
Well, that's good.
Or otherwise, we'll hear about it for years. Believe me.
Well, I don't understand why some people have to use that language, but that's okay.
Yeah, they won't hear any of it. Yeah, to each their own. People can do what they do.
Yeah, and I'm glad you noted that, too, because people kind of like to know, some of us, before we go to a show.
Yeah, for sure. I used to be a band teacher. I used to be a teacher, and so, I'm used to standing up in front of people, and, you have to watch your mouth. Otherwise, somebody will tell on you, and then, I guess you don't get fired in comedy for swearing. Isn't that amazing? But if I were swearing as a teacher, I would have been out of there so fast.
You were a band teacher.
Yes. That's the job from AG double hockey stick.
Was it elementary? Was it middle school? Was it high school?
Beginning band.
Oh.
And oh my gosh. I can tell you, I drink so much less as a comedian than when I was a teacher. Wow. That is a stressful, loud job. And comedy
especially when they're beginning, right?
Oh, yes, and they get so excited about it, and it's just so much spit everywhere. And I can't even believe I'm still alive after that. Bless these teachers who can do it for 35, 40 years. That's just amazing to me.
So did you just suddenly decide you were going to be a comedian and quit the band teaching, or how did that work?
Well, I had, this is the weirdest origin story. I had a polka band at night. And so teacher by day, polka band by night. And that's a real rock legend story there. But I would have to stall between songs and tell stories because our polka band wasn't that good. So I'd have to stall and just make up stories. Yeah, and so people started saying, we really like the stories better than the music. And that's just a real horrible thing to hear as a band. I just started focusing on the jokes and the stories, and that's how it happened. So, that's just I never even knew it was a job when I was a kid. My dad is a mechanic. My mom was a bartender, waitress, and I didn't even know this existed as a job. So it's just funny how life turns out sometimes.
Well, you get to do something you love for a living. Isn't that awesome?
Yes, it really is. I'm one of the luckiest people in the world. So, and I have the best crowd, the best audience that comes out, and it's fun to see faces that you recognize and catch up with people after the show. It's just a real, it's just a dream to be able to do that.
Julia, I'm sure you got a couple other things you want to plug before we leave the airwaves here going on at the Paradise, right?
Yep. Speaking of whoops, sorry. Go ahead.
Julie, one of my other jobs is I do voiceovers for Disney, and I'm going to take myself off this call if that's okay, because I have to get to a session.
Absolutely.
It was a real joy talking to you, and thank you both so much for having me, and I'll talk to you soon.
Have a great day.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks,
you.
Mary.
All right, bye-bye.
So Mary and her dogs are gone. Or Julie, we only got a couple minutes left here.
Speaking of comedy, we will have Little Fish Improv at the Paradise June 7th. Their last show was amazing, and it's hilarious. And improv is always different. So come and check that out. That'll be June 7th. And for the price of that ticket, we will also be doing the season announcement, a silent auction, and a gallery opening. And we will have a little hors d'oeuvres there. And that's June 7th, starting at 5 p.m. And we're going to announce our 24-25 season. And we're still looking for sponsors. If anybody out there wants to sponsor a show, I'll give you a sneak peek to that season. And also on our radar right now, we've got creative aging classes made possible by the Minnesota State Arts Board grant. And I want to let you know that we've got Rebecca Tolley doing classes for us starting June 4th. Tammy Ressler starting June 10th. And we've got Suzanne Klum, and her classes will be starting June 19th. And these classes, we've got them member and non-member price. And we're offering the member price to our local senior center members at Buckham West, our local members here at Riverbend, and at 50 North. If you're a member of those three organizations, one of any of those three organizations, we will give you the membership discount for these creative aging classes. So
you hear that, folks? That's awesome.
If you want that discount and you're a member of Buckham West, Riverbend, or 50 North, you will have to call us or stop in. We don't have that option on the website. But if you're a member of the Paradise, the website will know, and you can get that discount. And we're having the...
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.